Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Navadine here. If you're new, come one, come all. And if you're a long time subscriber, you know me love you like cook food. Now let's get into the video.
Personality, everything you do, it's me love, everything about you. Your smile, your style, so fly.
Today I'm just gonna show you a few perfumes that I purchased recently. I've been being a really good girl, you know, because if you've been watching my channel, y'all know that over 2020 and 2021 I was going a little bit crazy, but I've calmed down, mostly just because I haven't really been impressed by anything at the moment, and I've also been spending my coins elsewhere. Most likely you're familiar with a lot of the perfumes that I'm gonna mention, but we're just gonna get straight into it. And then we have a little surprise. I got this from my visit with Mona Katan the other day. I went out for brunch with her and her team. I have a vlog up on my channel already, so if you want to see that, I'll leave it linked down below, and I'll stick it in the cards above if I remember to do that. So the perfume that I'm gonna start off with is a shocker, a perfume that I repurchased. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I did it. I repurchased Fenty Eau de Parfum. So it's already opened. I have been using it. I just put it back in the box so you guys could see what the new packaging looked like. Which, yeah, obviously they're saving money, but that's a bit unfair because the first launch did not look like this. Regardless, I'm not so fussed about packaging because it's not like I'm gonna put it back in the box anyway. If you want to see my full review on what I first thought of the Fenty perfume, you need to go and watch that. I'm gonna link it below. So this is back in stock on their website. I love this perfume now. Like, I was addicted. Like, as soon as I sold it to my sister, I started to feel as though I regretted doing that. I saw it on eBay and I was like, they're selling it for double what it came out as. No. Secondly, speaking about price, before I get into this and real quick, the price also went up. When it first came out, it was $120. Then I think it went up to $125, then $130, and now it's $140. So yeah, that's that on that. I'm gonna stick the notes up on the screen. This is not something that a lot of people will like. That is my personal opinion, and I was on the why would she make that side before, and I slowly changed. I have 3 videos up on my channel where I mention them, and you can see my opinion slowly changing towards the perfume. I get something zesty in it when I first smell it, but it's like I can't put my finger on it. I wouldn't attribute it to smelling like lemons or oranges, but I definitely knew that it was in that family. I just didn't know what zesty fruit it would be. If I had never looked at the notes, this is what I get. Then I smell it's a little bit green. That's why I'm so confused that people think this reminds them of like autumn. I don't get it. It definitely reminds me of spring, summer, because it smells like being out in like fields. And then you get a tinge of sweetness in there. I don't typically pick up the blueberries. I don't smell it as blueberries. If it is, I have said before that it's very fresh blueberries. This perfume lasts all day on my skin, but it doesn't project, and I don't receive compliments on it on its own. But that's the only thing that I would say I'm disappointed about with this. I would say this is a fragrance that I wear for myself. I don't wear this for anyone else. I don't wear this to receive compliments. And this also wouldn't be a fragrance I would wear on a date. I wouldn't wear it going out to brunch. I wouldn't wear it where I am going to actually meet people. I would just wear this if I'm just going out just for myself. I don't feel it does anything for my outfit. It doesn't make me feel bossy. It doesn't jazz me up. It doesn't give me a super high mood. It's just a fresh smell. I wear it going to bed if I really am craving it, because it's soft as well. Even though it's very prominent, it's soft. And I also wear this like it's a fresh out of the shower kind of smell, in my opinion. It is musky and spicy. I feel like this perfume really hits every category. I've said this before in the perfume world to an extent. Very different. It does smell like one of the perfumes you'd smell like from Louis Vuitton or something. I'm not particularly a fan of Louis Vuitton perfumes. That's why I don't own even one. So the next perfume I'm gonna talk about quickly is by Mugler, or Mugler. I only bought the 30ml size. I was in awe of the bottle, to be very honest. And then I went and smelled it. I smelled it twice in duty free, and every time I sprayed it on myself, I felt like, oh my goodness, this smells so good. Creamy, milky, coconut, like I sat in a coconut bath, and I thought, this is really good. This is exactly what I've been looking for. It smells like they threw vanilla syrup in it as well and mixed it up. Just smells so good. I bought it And I don't really know. I ain't really getting exactly what I got in the shop. I definitely get the coconut and I get a tad bit of creaminess, but it's not as sweet as what I smelled in the store. I don't know if that was because so many other perfumes were around me. Fortunately for me, it does not smell exactly like Alien, but I don't understand how people say they don't smell anything in it that reminds them of the original Alien, because I definitely get that undertone to it. It definitely has that to me, but maybe that's because I really don't like Alien at all. But I pick it up in this, but it's nothing that bothers me. It's just not doing for me what I thought it would or what I felt it did. But nothing crazy. Yeah, you do get a little bit of that powderiness, which I believe is coming from the heliotrope, because heliotrope and violet always comes off powdery in fragrances. But that's about it. I'm definitely gonna wear it anyway because I spent my money on it and I love the bottle. So perfumes that have a nice bottle make me reach for it more. So I know I'm gonna use it, but I feel like I would definitely layer it. I tried layering it with Kayali's Utopia Vanilla Cocoa just to bring the coconut out a bit more, and it's okay. Didn't do nothing crazy for it. But you know, this is a sweet coconut. These are the only two other coconut fragrances so far that I've liked. That's it. I think you could definitely save your money on this. That's just my opinion, unless you're someone that likes very simplistic fragrances. I don't feel like it lasts super long on me. I don't detect it on my skin even after an hour. This seems weak at the moment, but I'll keep wearing it. Maybe over the summer it's too hot out, I don't know. Maybe it will do better in colder weather, because to be fair, I did smell it when it was colder. So it was in April that I smelled it, and before that as well, and then I just decided to pull the trigger on it this week. Really, it just arrived this week, so yeah. Meh. The next fragrance that I pulled the trigger on, which I've been meaning to buy, is Valentina Donna Born in Roma. This is really cute and elegant. I like the smell of it, but I don't love it, and I really thought as though I would fall in love with it because everyone was raving about it. But I also smelled it in a sample and I thought, this is really pretty. What's going on with my bottles after I get them? Like, I don't understand why I'm not in love with this. That sweetness that I fell in love with that is in the opening doesn't linger. It's not really strong. It goes away really quickly, and then I'm left with a woody base. I wanted a deeper summer, nighttime, daytime fragrance, and this is what I decided to get, because I know obviously I can wear this in winter and all that, but I feel like all my summer date fragrances are very airy, like Burberry Her and things of that nature. So I wanted something with a little bit more depth to wear in the night that was very fruity and sweet. But yeah, I'm not getting my life with this fragrance, so I almost wish I didn't waste my money. But I'm gonna wear it and I'm gonna mix it with stuff. I definitely pick up the blackcurrant in this because the blackcurrant is what gives the fragrance a little bit more of that deeper juicy fruitiness instead of berries and strawberries, which give fragrances a very light quality to it. I don't love it. I don't love it. I feel like I wish the fruit was like more juicy. Maybe I'm definitely gonna have to layer this with some of my lighter fruity fragrances to give those fragrances a bit of depth. I would say you can definitely try it, but for me, I don't feel like I was wowed, and I won't be repurchasing it. But I'm glad I have the bottle. I do feel like it has a sexy quality to it because of its depth, but it wouldn't be like my first preference if I was going out on a date, or I just wouldn't wear it on its own. But I am gonna try it out tonight and see. The next fragrance I have is Kayali's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Super pretty bottle. I'm in love with this fragrance. See, this is why I shouldn't be too harsh on the fragrances, because I changed my mind on a lot of the fragrances that I have, obviously after wearing them for a while. And this I've fallen in love with. This fragrance is a sexy fragrance in my opinion. It is perfect for date night. It is spicy, it is powdery, It's sweet, and I received compliments from this as well. I wore this recently to the hospital, and I was wearing it with vanilla. And I got in the car, my friend was bringing me to an appointment, and she was like, what are you wearing? It smells so good. You smell like cocoa butter and cream and stuff, which I thought, okay, maybe she's smelling this, but she said, but it smells sweet as well, like cocoa butter with your perfume on top. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, because I'm wearing vanilla mixed with my perfume. And then when I walked into my appointment, the security guard at the door, bear in mind, at the hospital we have to wear masks, so I was wearing one and he was wearing one, and he stopped me. He called me back like when I went through the queue, and he said, I have to ask what perfume you're wearing. And I was just like, you can smell it? And he's just like, yeah, it's strong. And I didn't think that this perfume was very strong. I say that none of my Kayali perfumes are strong, to be fair, that's what I always say, but he smelled it. And that day I feel like maybe it just really worked well in that weather. It was cooler and it was with vanilla, so maybe together it brings out the sweetness and everything that I want. Because when I wear this by itself, I've never gotten compliments. People say it has a oud-y vibe to it. I wouldn't go as far as saying oud, but I think what people are picking up is that saffron, and definitely you pick up the rose in there. And I love rose, and this rose is done really beautifully. I can't detect individual notes thereafter, but everything is paired together really nicely. This is a very beautifully blended fragrance. So speaking of Kayali, let's jump into my goodie bag. I got from my goodie bag Eden Juicy Apple. I was so excited when I opened my box and I saw this. So that's what the packaging looked like, with this beautiful ruby red. I have already been using this. You can see a little dent there. Unfortunately, I was only gifted a 50 ml of this one, but I'm still grateful because I still didn't have to go out and buy it. I reviewed this fragrance before, and I feel like my video seems so underwhelmed and so just yeah, whatever, because that is how I felt at the time. And not because the fragrance didn't smell good. I was very clear that it smelled nice, and it reminded me of a particular lollipop, which I didn't pop a picture of. I'm gonna remember to do it this time. You're gonna have to watch that video to get a more in-depth review of it, because I still stand by a lot of the things I said. But I would say it's definitely a juicy fragrance in my opinion. Some people say they don't get juicy from it, but I do get that. The main notes are red apple and lychee and black currant. Definitely juicy. I definitely get the berries in this. The berries in Burberry Her. I did say that that's a lighter berry scent, and this is just different. But if you like that family of like Mon Paris and Burberry Her, you would definitely like this. I just didn't think it was something you need to run out and buy, and I still stand by that. But I said to you that I'm someone that's drawn to bottles. So if you package stuff right for me and it smells good, I would enjoy wearing this more than I would enjoy wearing a Victoria's Secret body splash. It doesn't give you the same vibe taking up Victoria's Secret. I don't know if it's because we pay more money for stuff like this, and I think subconsciously sometimes when you know you've spent a lot of money on something, it makes you feel more luxe wearing it than if you spent £5 on something, even though you can love that £5 thing and you can wear it all the time and really enjoy it. But I definitely get a different feeling wearing something that more money is invested into the packaging and the whole look and everything gives you the whole feel of the perfume. This is something that I would definitely wear out on a date as well, but I wouldn't wear it by itself. I would definitely spray over other perfumes if I wanted more juiciness. I wear this out of the shower, going to bed. And I got compliments from this recently when I wore it to work from one of the paramedics. He was just like, oh, you smell nice. I was like, you can smell me? That's my reaction every time someone tells me that they smell my Kayali perfume. I'm sorry. That's just because I honestly don't feel like it projects. And this was like a few hours through the day. This was a good 5 hours after I had sprayed this perfume, and I said, you can smell it. What are you smelling? He's just like, no, it smells very fruity and sweet. That's what he said to me, and this was all I wore that day. So yeah, he wasn't lying. I just thought he would try and chat me out, but I guess he wasn't lying. I love the mister on all of Kayali's perfumes. They're beautiful. They give me a whole luxe vibe to it. The Victoria's Secret perfumes are much lighter. They're just a fruity blast, and then that's it. But I would say this has more character because I can pick up the florals in this a little bit after, and it still stays sweet even when it's dying down. Not obviously as juicy as when you first spray it, but I can still detect the sweet and juiciness to some extent. This definitely smells even better with Kayali's vanilla. I mean, everything smells good with Kayali's vanilla, I'm not gonna lie. On its own, this perfume is, in my opinion, very soft, and I don't detect it after a while, but it's still a beautiful brown sugar vanilla perfume, and I love spraying this on any perfume. This definitely can go with any perfume, because even when I first started falling in love with Fenty's perfume, I paired it with my vanilla as well, and they smell beautiful together. This perfume adds warmth to your fragrances. I have felt like this fragrance plays a little bit of mind games on me sometimes, because it has smelled like cake batter sometimes to me, and just sweet cake batter, and then sometimes it smells pretty smoky. And when I say smoky, I mean a little bit of that by the fireplace smokiness. That's what I pick up from it a lot of the times. So I love this. I love this paired with this, and it smells like berries, but a little bit of deeper berries, like ripened berries, like juicy ripened berries, not fresh and young. They're juicy. And this fragrance, I definitely believe you can wear this all year round. Then the next fragrance that I got in my bag was Invite Only Amber. I already own a bottle of Invite Only Amber, but I'm not super complaining because I love the fragrance. But unfortunately, I got 3, because I bought another backup of this one already. Out of the full range of Kayali's fragrances, which by the way, I have a full video dedicated to Kayali, which I will link in the cards above and down below as well. So Invite Only Amber definitely gives me Christmas vibes. I have a full review on this fragrance as well. A lot of people did liken this to Angel's Share, but I definitely think they smell different. Angel's Share more lean towards apple smelling stew to me, and this definitely is cinnamon prominent. I also said in my video that I think that this is a unisex fragrance. So if you are one of the girls that you don't love your typical girly fruity fragrances, I would say get your nose on this. It has oud in there, but if you are familiar with oud, you know sometimes it's very off-putting for people, and it's very strong and potent. But the oud in this one is done very nicely, very well blended, and it's not overbearing. How could I forget to mention the cherry, because that's a leading note in there. But the cinnamon with it it's just so nice. Obviously, people are going to compare this to Lost Cherry. These are completely different fragrances. Lost Cherry does not actually have that depth in the dry down. It just bursts with that dark cherry. So it's still a beautiful fragrance, but I definitely need that depth. I got 2 roller balls as well. So one of them is the Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper and Utopia Vanilla Cocoa. Their roller balls look like this. Very luxe as well. I just really love the way that they pay attention to detail. They know that packaging is what gets the girls. You just have a little side here, and then you'd have another side here. And I also have the roller ball of musk and vanilla, which I already have. And you know, you can mix these. For whatever one day I wanted to like bring vanilla and Sweet Diamond, I would just take the end off of this one and put it here. I'll just mix and match whatever I want to bring or whatever my fragrance is that night. Because of course, if I am wearing these 2 that night, I can just put the roller ball of these 2 fragrances and bring them with me. Some people don't like roller balls. I wasn't really a big fan, more so of travel sprays. I see the whole point of having a roller ball. So that was the last fragrance of this video. I hope you guys come back. I hope you guys thumbs up this video if you really liked it. I hope you comment down below any of your fragrances that you are looking to get from what I've mentioned, and if your thoughts have changed on any that I've mentioned as well. What are your thoughts now? Did you love it before? Do you hate it now? Vice versa? You know, what do you think? And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.